Hello!
Hello.
Look who's here.
Yes, I'm finally back.
Back with a vengeance.
Yes, it's been a while.
Yes, it's been a long time.
I don't know why, but
Well, I had a kid and I never have time to...
you had a kid. You don't have a kid anymore.
I still have a kid, but I don't have any time to do anything
Yeah.
other than
Raise
a kid and sleep, try to sleep.
So, Thomas,
Yes.
just to start off, perhaps I had a present for you.
Yeah.
It was a Super Mario glass from
I will
1993.
insert a picture here.
So a glass, an old mustard jar from 1993, and then I kept it for at least 2 months since I bought it, and I moved it around, and today I finally I put it aside to take to your house, and then my girlfriend she dropped it on the floor.
She did it on purpose.
I don't know, but I was very sad. No, really, because I wanted to give it to you as a surprise on camera, like now, and then you would have been super
Amazing.
happy. Yeah, well, no presents for Thomas.
Such a shame.
Sorry, Thomas.
But you did bring me something else.
Yes, but those are from Tess.
But I forgot. I have to.
Thank you, Tess.
Thank you anyway. Tales from the Borderlands. Yeah, I never played Borderlands, so I don't know. But I like the Tales games.
Those are from
super
Telltale.
easy.
Yeah, they went out of business.
Yeah, recently.
I don't know
half
why.
a year ago.
Yeah, because they were very successful. I thought.
They overspent their budget, I guess. I was mainly playing the Walking Dead series, but it was super easy. It was not really a game. It was more like an interactive comic. Like you take decisions, and then like once every half an hour you have to like beat one zombie. And I mean, not a lot of action. Homefront, The Revolution, Unoccupied America. Okay, looks like a cool game. I will try it out. And Trackmania Turbo. This looks like a pretty fun racing.
I tried the PS4 version.
It's a bit like Micro Machines, but more modern.
Yeah, it's quite cool. Quite cool.
Yes. And you also brought me some G.I. Joe parts.
Yes. I think you.
I purchased these
on I think the Antwerp convention in September, and you let's say you pre-ordered them ahead of the convention via the G.I. Joe Facebook group, the Belgian G.I. Joe Facebook group, and then you couldn't go to the convention because I think you had to watch your son, probably something like that.
No, I had my nose job.
Oh yes, your nose job.
And I thought, I was like thinking I can go 2 days later to a convention.
But you were still very sick.
Yeah, I was super sick and bloody and
so you get some spare parts for your G.I. Joe
to complete my vehicles.
Some vehicles, yes.
Yeah. And today I went to the city of Sint Niklaas. There's a really cool store there. I forgot its name already. I have the coupon here.
That's a huge coupon.
Used to use. Strange name. Used to use.pe. And I bought 2 games there. Metroid Fusion, complete in the box.
Complete?
It has a bit of a dent here, but otherwise pretty cool looking. 35, he was asking 45, but I haggled him down. And then this one, just to complete the Mega Drive collection, LHX Attack Chopper, and this was €5.
The original price is still on there.
No, that's already the second-hand price.
Ah, yeah, okay. Ooh,
So
it's a bit steep.
it was €30 second-hand in Belgian francs, like 20 years ago.
It's funny that this is like a really an official invoice, but you still haggle them down. So how does that work?
I don't know, man.
Invoice has to be like the official price, or what?
This is probably cheaper to print out like something like this than to print out, to buy a real. It's a pretty recent store, and he has a lot of mini discs, toys.
I really want to go there because I'm a huge mini disc fan.
A lot of action figurines, a lot of strange stuff. really cool stuff, right up our alley.
Yeah, we
But
should go together.
Yeah, but it's a pretty expensive store as well. So
It's funny that he even asked your name,
Yeah.
apparently.
twice he forgot and then had to type it again.
And he also sells multimedia.
Mullet.
So not multimedia, but multimedia.
And he also repairs cell phones, and I think that's actually where he gets his actual business.
Probably, yeah. Great.
Repairing screens. So I have this colleague at work, and he knows I collect video games, and he asked me, "Hey Thomas, I took out my old PS2 for my children to play on. Can you recommend me a store to buy some?"
Uh-huh.
And then I explained to him where he could get some PS2 games in these days. Probably in every game store.
Yeah, PS2 is like the easiest
One of the
console
easiest.
to collect for. Yeah.
But I especially recommended him the cash converters in the center of Antwerp, because they have like hundreds of PS2 games at
Yes.
ridiculous prices.
Yeah.
And we got to talking more, and he also had an Atari Lynx as a kid.
Cool.
I did as well. So he lent me some of his games.
You couldn't buy them.
No, he won't sell them, and he won't let me have them. So I have to give them back. But he still had them boxed.
Cool.
Toki and Todd's Adventures in Slime World.
That sounds like an awesome game.
This is also a game. I have it on the Mega Drive, the same game, but this is the best version.
Oh.
And you could link up 8 Lynxes and play multiplayer.
Why is this one better than the Mega Drive version?
This is the original, and the Mega Drive version is only single player, and a huge part of this game was the multiplayer aspect. And Toki is a well-known arcade classic. This box looks like brand new. This box looks like brand new.
Do you think you would ever find 7 other Lynx players in Belgium who have the same game? I think that's quite an impossibility, right?
Well,
in Belgium,
yeah,
8 Lynx players.
In 2000, in the year 2000, I went to the Atari Jaguar Festival in somewhere in Germany, and we played there some Comlinks
Oh,
games.
that's cool.
But that's already 18 years ago.
You know, this is the first time I'm ever holding a Lynx game, so I've never. Yeah, wow, this is really in super excellent condition.
The sad thing is, some Lynx games have like, instead of a manual like this, they have a huge poster.
Okay.
So one side is the box art, and the other side are the instructions. No, but it's awesome. I had in my room, I only had 3 games as a kid, but I had 3 really cool posters on my wall.
There's an FBI warning on here, an FBI warning. You would expect it to say like, don't copy this game, but it's
Winners don't use drugs.
You know.
Don't you know my intro? My old intro?
No.
No,
Yeah.
I use this image in there.
Yeah, okay. And is it something that's always
Yeah,
on
it's in the
every Lynx game? Or?
Yeah, in every Atari game from the late 80s or
Winners don't use drugs.
Also on the arcade machines. I think it's President Bush who was like really trying to force the kids to not use drugs, and they tried through video games. Like the 8-year-olds won't use drugs.
So is it a good game? Or?
Yeah.
And what's the genre? Or what's the
side-scrolling action game?
Okay.
My colleague at work told me he had nightmares from this game as a kid.
Oh.
It's like slime drooping and
Cool.
And this is also an awesome action platform. It's also on the Genesis and the.
So
the
lots
NES.
of Lynx titles were actually ported to the other consoles as well.
This is originally an arcade game, so it
Okay.
was just ported to.
But this one was originally for Lynx only.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
There were a lot of cool Lynx games. The Lynx is actually a bit. I mean, Atari has a really bad name because of the Jaguar, but the Lynx
And
had,
the 5200 and the 7800.
yeah, of course. but the Lynx was actually a pretty good system, and it actually had quite a lot of games that were pretty decent. But like the Game Gear, it just ate the battery, so as a handheld it was pretty useless.
How long could you play for?
I don't know. I always used the AC plug. But the cool thing was I didn't have to use my parents' television, so I could play in my room in secret while I was supposed to sleep. And I had like
Or study?
or study, yes. I had like 2 adapters, one for in the car and one for in the AC plug.
Okay,
So
yeah. The cigarette lighter.
Yeah, I had the cigarette lighter for in the car, so I really didn't need batteries.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if I ever see an affordable Lynx, of course I will scoop it up, but...
And sell it to me, because both of my Lynx have screen issues.
Okay, but you can still play them.
Yeah, I can still play them, but it's...
Because you want to try them out, right?
It's some bad pixels and... So the last thing I got is this. It's by the company called Pound. And it's actually a HDMI cable for the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. So you can just hook them up to your big screen. So
where did you find it?
Actually, I bought it at Limited Run Games.
Oh yeah.
It was only 29 euros.
Still expensive. Where?
If you see, like, a lot of these adapters are like around 100 euros. So.
Okay.
But I really want to... I have a lot of PlayStation 1 games that I really want to check out. I never did.
Do you think they will upscale nicely? Because I'm a bit afraid.
Well, that's the whole idea of this cable, that it upscales to 720p nicely.
Okay.
There's a little star here.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. But it uses the RGB signal, so this is the best quality you can get on a modern day TV.
I'm curious to
yeah, me too. You can also use, of course, a PS3 to play PlayStation 1 games, but the stupid thing is they still block the regions. So you can't play it. Yeah, it's really stupid.
Because the PS3 is the first region-free Sony, I think, right?
Yeah, but for PS1 they still blocked it. It's like, oh man, yeah. So I have a lot of Japanese imports, American imports, so I still need to use my mod-chipped PlayStation 1 to play them. I could just re-buy them in the store, but... Yeah, did you get anything, Julian?
Well, no. Well, just a few items actually, because I'm still trying to downsize.
It's almost a year, eh?
Yeah.
It's the first anniversary of downsizing your
But
college.
I should check next time. I will bring the list because of course I kept score of what I did buy. Actually, still too much for my liking. So, okay, most of them were cheap, like 45 singles, but still, I think in the end I did buy more than 100 things, and I wanted to really downsize. So it's still.
You still bought more than 100 things?
Yeah. I'll bring the list next time. we can punish myself. Bad boy. Now, first thing, I got this awesome T-shirt from my niece, from my cousin, for Christmas. So it's Tommy Wiseau from the room saying, "Oh hi Santa." So thank you, Anouk. Very nice.
It's good quality? Or?
Yeah, it's quite good. And then I also got some new laser discs from Kevin Kobels, the famous Kevin. So the first one is MC Hammer, the Too Legit to Quit, the full video. Have you ever seen it?
No.
It's great. It's
we can put it on later.
No, it's sealed even.
You can't put it on later.
It's like a 25-minute or 20-minute video clip. It's like, you remember in the early 90s when everybody made these super long. Michael Jackson did it. Also, Meatloaf had like an 18-minute clip for I Would Do Anything for Love. So in the early 90s, everybody made these super long, epic videos. And this is one of the best. It even includes the long form video and the TV version, and also the mega video featuring some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment, and also spectacular behind the scenes footage. No, it's a hilarious video. You should check it out on YouTube. It really takes like 18 minutes or something like that. It even takes at least 5 or 6 minutes before the actual music starts. So it's like a prologue and an epilogue.
Yeah.
And it's about, there's a whole story. It's like MC Hammer wants to claim the glove of Michael Jackson. He wants to be like the best in entertainment.
Okay.
So he goes on a quest to claim the glove. And James Brown is the one who says, "Go out, son, and claim the glove." So it's super hilarious. But it's a lovely song. I love it. And then this is the laser disc. And then I found my first.
But he actually wasn't too legit to quit because
he never quit. He's still active.
But okay, he was not legit enough to stay famous.
Oh, yeah. Poor guy. Then I found my first small laser disc.
Nice.
This is also from MC Hammer. This is a very funny song. Here comes the hammer. That's here comes the hammer.
That's his first hit, I think.
Yeah, I think it was. It was just ahead of You Can Touch This. No, it's not, because this is from 91. Can Touch This was from 90. Well,
I still remember it
as it's from the same album, the Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Him. And look at this. This is such a cutesy laser disc.
It's funny because most of the ones you find in Europe are gold Philips ones.
Yeah, Philips CD Vision.
Yeah.
No, not CD Vision. CD Video. Not
CD
yeah.
video.
Laser vision.
From which region is this?
This
one?
is Japanese.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Oh no, it's
Yeah,
no,
it's
it's
Japanese.
Ah, yeah, it is. Yeah, but the text is all in English. That's why I was confused.
Because it's probably cool to have it in English
Yeah.
or something.
Because this one as well, this is all in English, but then of course there's the obi in Japanese.
And probably there was an OB.
Yeah, this one didn't have an obi anymore, but it was just 5 because I remember Kevin, always the trustable, the reliable seller. He said like, yeah, it's in really bad condition. But then again, I said like, well, I don't think it's really quite
but
good.
it's used.
It's
not,
used, and it doesn't have an obi, so.
Japanese standards are
Yeah,
also
yeah.
very different.
But normally he wanted 10, but then he said 5 is okay because it's it has a few scratches, but it's still in nice condition. And I'm happy.
And where will you otherwise find this?
Yeah, and I'm happy to have my first small. It's like the Laserdisc single. Those are very hard to find in Europe. I mean,
You have
one, right?
I have one from the Dire Straits.
But they're very hard to find.
I just found it in a thrift store, like in between the records.
Yeah. And this one even includes an exclusive interview and spectacular behind-the-scenes footage. Yeah, it's. I'm very happy with this one. Yeah, I haven't checked it out.
But you have the even smaller, like the CD size.
The CD video. But those were never released in Japan.
No,
those were only Philips.
Europe.
I think this is the cooler version. This is like the coolest.
But I
format.
have one like this, not the small one.
Yeah. And then the last one I got.
The last.
It's a Belgian movie, Toto le Héros. It's one of the first movies that actually made a big splash in Cannes, in the film festival in France. It won the Camera d'Or in 1991.
Sorry, I'm gonna burp.
It's a French language movie from Jacques van Dormel, who later made it big with Le Huitième Jour and Mr. Nobody. This is I've never seen it, but I'm very interested. And as you know, I once
It's
had
also a Japanese release.
and it's also a Toho, so that's the guys
From Godzilla and
So
all the Power Rangers.
apparently
stuff.
they imported the movie to release it in
But
Japan.
Toho is a pretty big movie company. We know
Yeah.
them mostly.
But it's still
from
funny that they. They were,
Disc.
probably they were just the Japanese distributor.
Of course, yeah.
But as you remember, I once started.
And how
sorry.
how does Kevin? How do you know that Kevin has this in stock?
He has a Facebook page. So he always he posts like for example, he will say like in 15 hours there will be a new sale going live, and then he'll say, for example, it's music or it's horror or it's anime. It's always mostly circled around the theme. And then, for example, the two hammers were in a music sale. And this one was just, I think this one was in a, you call it like foreign movie sale. Because of course, this is quite difficult even for us. It's a French spoken movie with Japanese subtitles. So yeah. I want to give it a try because it's a Belgian movie, one of the most acclaimed, and I've never seen it. And as you know, I try to collect all Belgian movies on Laserdisc.
Yeah, I know.
And so far, I only thought there were 4. As you remember, I had Dans, I had Coco Flanel, I had Ad Fundum, and then there was the C'est arrivé près de chez vous, which is translated to Man Bites Dog.
Yeah.
So those 4 I was aware of, but this one was this is the 5th Belgian movie that I found now on.
Yeah, it does. Most Japanese later releases have the original track with subtitles and then a Japanese dubbed version. But this doesn't have a dubbed version.
Oh, yeah, you can read it, of course. Yeah,
a little.
Thomas is fluent in katana.
Katakana.
Katakana. The katana is just a sword.
It's a sword. And I'm also fluent in the sword.
So Thomas, what did you get?
Well, I think this is everything.
This is everything?
Yep.
And what's in the box?
What's in the box, Fox? That's for the next. That's for the next episode.
Okay, so then we'll close down.
We'll round up this video.
See you next time.